Hello, I'm here on Church Street on this busy Sunday afternoon. Looks as if it's going to rain, so I'll get this video done ASAP. Let me issue a stark warning to the politicians, leaders of this city and beyond, that if any more new arrivals, when not they've stepped off a dinghy or off a plane at Heathrow Gatwick and tries to pull a stunt, what we've just witnessed in Southport, second generation, still a new arrival in the true sense of the word, or tries to carry out another Liverpool women's hospital bombing. If any of these attempt to commit such heinous acts, the fire that will be started in this city and beyond, you will not be able to put out. So it's in everyone's interest to stop further new arrivals being dispersed in our glorious city and all the cultural change that comes with them. Different ways, beliefs, values, standards, grievances, even hatreds. We need an immediate stop to any more new arrivals coming into our city. Our city is changing by the day. There is a cultural change on the way that have not stopped. We will lose our unique character, our unique Scouse character, traditions and cultural identity, and it will be replaced by those of the new arrivals. And once it's changed, there is no changing it back. It's gone for good. We can't allow such a scenario. This city is our children, our grandchildren, and all those amazing Scousers yet to be born. It doesn't belong to the new arrivals or anyone else. It belongs to our children, grandchildren, all those amazing Scousers yet to be born. So it's in everyone's interest to stop further large numbers of new arrivals being dispersed in our glorious city. Because like I've said, next time one of these new arrivals tries to pull off a stunt that we've seen only recently, whether or not it was in Southport or 2021 at the Liverpool Women's Hospital, the fire that will be lit will never be put out. Trust me, it won't. We don't want that. I certainly don't want it. You politicians are not listening. In the past, when it's been the Manchester Arena bombing, Liverpool Women's Hospital bombing and many other atrocities carried out by these people, in the past have been allowed to get away with it. I don't mean in a legal sense. There hasn't been the righteous anger, some of it positive, some of it negative, that we see today. People have remained passive, they've remained quiet, subdued, even frightened. All that's changed now. So you know where I'm coming from. Should a new arrival, whether or not he jumped off a dinghy or off a plane, commit a heinous crime like we've seen only recently, the fire that will be lit in this city and beyond, you won't be able to extinguish it. So it's in everyone's interest now that we stop further large numbers of new arrivals being dispersed in our glorious city and all the cultural change that comes with them. You, the politicians, the leaders, whoever, you need to take heed of this. Cultural change is changing our city. Anyone that says it's not needs to go to Specsavers or stop living in denial. Right? It is. And as I've said, there's a multitude of problems that come with cultural change. Different ways, beliefs, values, standards, grievances, and even hatreds. They are bringing with them and not forsaken. And it's dangerous long term to our city, our Scouse family, our children and grandchildren. So it's in all our interests ladies and gentlemen, to put pressure on these politicians, and if they don't listen, then they have to be voted out at the next available election, whether that's council or general. They have to be voted out. That is the only way we're going to change this. Unfortunately, I don't believe they're going to stop any numbers of new arrivals being dispersed in our glorious city. The cultural change will continue, and those in power ruling over us, they'll remain silent. Not quite sure of the details as to why
It's a nice one.
the 17-year-old second generation Rwandan killed those poor girls in the manner he did. I'm not quite sure. But regardless, it's all a consequence of cultural change. Parents are from Rwanda. What were they doing here? I'll never know. Rwanda certainly was never a British colony. Belgium, French was it? But anyway, it's same with the Manchester arena bombing. It's the same with the more closer to home, the Liverpool Women's Hospital bomber. Again, Syrian asylum seeker. It's all a consequence of cultural change, ladies and gentlemen. Right? We wouldn't have the mess, the riots, the chaos, the worry, and the violence and everything else that we see happening now if it wasn't for what is happening in the form of more cultural change. Cultural change is changing our traditional ways into completely different ones. And like I've said, they're not just bringing different ways, beliefs, values, standards. They're bringing centuries-old grievances and hatreds, right? So this is a stark warning to you politicians, you leaders, whoever, even Keir Starmer. We have to now close the door. Because if one of these new arrivals, when it's off a boat or off a dinghy or off a plane, commits another heinous crime we've seen of late and not too late, the fire that will be started, you'll never ever be able to put it out. Trust me, right? Do we want this for our city? Do we want this for our country? Well, the answer is no. And remember, no to cultural change, yes to Scouse pride. Shout it out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you.